I want to welcome to the podcast Geri Perna. Some of you will know Geri Perna's name. She is the aunt of January 6th casualty, I will say, Matthew Perna. And she is also, she has a very powerful, really emotionally riveting scene in the new film Police State. The website is rememberingmattperna.com. Geri, thanks for joining me. We were just talking a minute ago about the very mixed feelings that you have, and I have also. We're excited about this film project. You obviously want to get the word out about Matt's story, and yet we can't look at this as an occasion for celebration because, in your case, you're dealing with a death in the family. In the case of the movie is a sort of urgent warning to the country. Talk a little bit just about your feelings about being in this film, which I believe you're going to see it in the theater tonight.
Yes, we are going to see it tonight, and I'm very proud to be part of the film, but it's also a very bittersweet moment for me. It's kind of like, I guess, a movie that you're excited that it's out there, but you're sad that it had to be. Almost like a Schindler's List type of feeling. You know, you don't come away from the theater excited and happy and clapping. It's a different feeling. And for my family, it's quite difficult. I don't know if Matt's dad will watch the film, at least not now.
I mean, there is in the closing scene of the film, we have, and I'm not really giving it away, it's totally fine. There is a solitary January 6th prisoner who begins to sing the national anthem, and then another guy joins him, and another guy joins him, and it goes into a chorus. And I've closed some of my earlier films with the Star-Spangled Banner, and it's normally triumphant, and everybody gets up and sort of jubilantly sings. But I've noticed in the theater from Monday night's performance that people are singing, but they are singing with that strange mixture of affirmation and patriotism on the one hand, but also kind of a deep sadness on the other. I've never kind of heard the national anthem sung that way, and I think it is kind of a metaphor for where we are now as a country.
I have to agree. I've seen several clips on Twitter of people who recorded the audience singing at the end, and you're right, it's a different tone altogether, and it's quite scary and it's quite sad. Matt loved this country so much, and he watched it just deteriorate, and he's not here at this point to see how bad it's gotten, but the direction we're going is horrifying.
Let's talk, Geri, about the crucial facts about Matt's case. Matt went inside the Capitol on January 6th, but he was there. Talk about how long he was in the Capitol. Talk about what, quote, official proceeding he obstructed, and then we'll talk about the charges against him.
He was in the Capitol for 14 minutes, and he was recording with his cell phone, and he chanted USA, USA. He did not break anything or touch anything or harm anyone. And the charges originally were just the 4 misdemeanors that they charge everybody with, parading and disorderly conduct and whatnot. And then they added the obstruction of an official proceeding. And we never quite understood that because we've been told by several experts that it wasn't actually an official proceeding, unlike last week when the protesters did, in fact, protest during an official session of Congress, and that seems to have been swept under the rug.
And then at the last moment, the prosecutors said that they were going to add an additional charge. Talk about that and talk about the impact of that on Matt.
Well, Matt had, pled guilty to the initial charges, and he was awaiting his sentencing hearing. And a week prior to the sentencing hearing, he was told by his attorney that not only had they postponed the hearing, but the prosecutors were looking to add a sentencing enhancement, which could have increased his sentence to 9 years in prison. It's almost like you plead guilty to A, B, and C, but we're going to pull D out during the 11th hour and try to convince the judge that you deserve more time. And that was just more than he could take.
And Geri, wasn't the enhancement a sort of a terrorism enhancement, as if to say that somehow Matt was part of a terrorist outfit that was trying to attack the Capitol?
Yes, even though there was no evidence whatsoever that Matt was part of any group of any kind, he had posted a video after he got back to his hotel room on January 6th. And in the video, Matt is very calm, cool, and collected. And you can watch the video on our website. And he says the words, "Mike Pence proved himself to be a traitor today." And a couple sentences went by, and then he said, "But don't worry, this isn't over yet." Well, this isn't over yet is what they focused in on. And that's exactly false as far as what they were trying to say, that he was intending to cause additional harm or something. Matt was simply reiterating the fact that the election results would be examined and investigated, and that's why he said that. But they twisted it.
Let's take a pause. We'll be right back with Geri Perna. Nobody likes to live with aches and pains, and now you don't have to. Debbie and I started taking Relief Factor a couple of years ago, and we noticed an amazing, huge difference in our joints. Aches and pains are totally gone thanks to this 100% drug-free solution called Relief Factor. How does it work? Relief Factor supports your body's fight against inflammation. That's the source of aches and pains. More than 1 million people have tried Relief Factor. About 70%, the vast majority, have gone on to become regular customers. Debbie's a true believer. She can now do exercises that for a long time she wasn't able to do. So Relief Factor has been a huge game changer for her, her aunt, other members of our family, Mike here in the studio, and for many other people. You too can benefit. Try it for yourself. Order the 3-week quick start for the discounted price of just $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF to find out more about this offer. The number again to call, 800-4RELIEF, or go to relieffactor.com. Feel the difference.